It's kind of hard to believe, but Oblivion Remastered is actually a thing, and it's finally out, and I can talk about it. And not any leaks or anything like that. You can buy it right now or play it on Game Pass. So in this video, I wanted to take a look at how much it costs, what exactly the remaster is, and if it's worth checking out if you've never played Oblivion, or maybe you're pretty familiar with it, but you don't necessarily want to pay for it again. If you enjoy the video, leave a like down below and comment down below if you have any questions about anything. But with all that, let's take a look at Oblivion Remastered, finally out for the Xbox. While this is a remaster rather than a remake, just totally redoing everything in the game, it does almost look like a remake, but the game is still Oblivion. But these new graphics look insane, a lot of the dialogue has been re-recorded, there's new character models, pretty much all of the assets have been redone, there's realistic lighting, there's a new lip sync system, you can even sprint now, all thanks to Unreal Engine 5. How the particulars of all that works on top of Oblivion, I'm not 100% sure yet, but it does look amazing. Coincidentally, the last game that got this sort of treatment was Ninja Gaiden Black, and that was an Unreal Engine 5 wrapper around the game itself. I like that sort of remaster. It keeps the original gameplay intact, but just makes it look prettier, which in 2025 versus 2006, it's pretty nice to have. And for those of us on console, we wouldn't be able to actually download mods to make Oblivion look and play any different than it was already. The price of all this is actually $49.99 USD. That will get you the base Oblivion game as well as the DLC with it, so Shivering Isles and Knights of Nine specifically. The project was actually started back in 2021 with the help of Virtuous Studios, which does line up with the leaks that we saw about the Oblivion Remaster. This is included with Game Pass, but it's also releasing on PC and PS5. If you have the Game Pass version, you can upgrade to a deluxe edition, which is $10. It includes some new armor, some of the smaller quests, as well as a new set of horse armor, of course. So if you have Game Pass, I would go that route if you just want to play the game. You can buy the deluxe edition upgrade if you want to do that. If you're still strapped for cash and you don't have Game Pass currently, you can try out a Game Pass Ultimate membership. It's cheaper than it would be if you just bought the game outright, so you can always try it that way and see if it's worth it for you. If you do take the plunge, just an FYI, this game is large in size, so it's 123 gigs when you're just downloading the base game. With save data, that's about 124 gigs. So before you do anything, just make sure you have enough space set aside for this one, because it's a lot. There are two modes in the Xbox Series X version of this game. There's a quality mode and a performance mode. Quality mode is going to obviously push that higher resolution, but it's going to knock your frame rate down to about 30. This isn't great to play, and for someone who has played the original, I would like the higher frame rate, so I went with the performance mode, and largely it performs very well, and it does look really good. There are some times where the frame rate will drop and it won't be like a solid 60, but for the most part, if there's not a ton going on screen, then you should be good to go. Another thing you might notice is some weirdness with the lighting in the game. This is usually apparent if you wait or enter a new area. It's almost as if the lighting system is resetting itself. This is actually similar to Starfield when you actually change the performance modes in that game. This seems to work about the same, so whenever you go to a new area, especially if it's dark out, you're going to see like almost a beam of light just kind of shift through the environment. I've also noticed things like this in other Unreal Engine 5 games like Avowed or Stalker, just on a different level. I don't think that would be a deal breaker for anyone, but that might be something that gets patched in the future just to make everything a little bit more seamless. Level of detail is also another thing with this, but that's more of an Unreal Engine 5 thing. It might take a few seconds for you to actually see the detail reappear if you're re-entering a town, for example. Early impressions of Oblivion Remastered are really good. I played this game when it came out originally. Actually, it was about a year after the game came out. This was my first introduction to RPGs, so I was in my local Circuit City. Shout out if you know Circuit City. And I picked this one up because I did have a little bit of disposable income at the time, and that was pretty much the start of me liking these types of games. I finally had what is now just a classic feeling of leaving that sewer in the beginning of the game and the world is your oyster. And then obviously getting into random fights, going from point A to point B again. It will be super interesting now that this game is out, just to see how those who started with a game like Skyrim go back and play this one. The leveling system is a little bit different, as well as picking like your birth sign, your classes, and your major and minor attributes. Whereas with a game like Skyrim, you didn't really need to mess around with that too much. You could just be who you wanted to be. You can still do that here. It's just your birth sign, for example. You want to make sure you get that right at least, and then you can go from there. I've been having a blast, and it's a lot of nostalgic feelings with this one. As for me, there's really no question whether or not this would be worth the money to actually pick up. If these sort of changes aren't really for you and you just want to play the original, you can still do that, and it's a lot cheaper. And at the recording of this video, you can still play that one with Game Pass. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been playing Oblivion Remastered, plan on picking it up, or plan on sticking with mods on Skyrim. I know I'm still going to be playing Skyrim with mods, but I'm going to be playing a lot of Oblivion as well. I don't think there's going to be mods for Oblivion Remastered just because of the way the engine works with Unreal Engine 5. Anything's possible, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.